Admiral McRaven's 10 rules for changing your life forever. What if I told you that your entire life could change simply by making your bed? Sounds ridiculous, right? But Admiral William McRaven, a Navy SEAL with decades of experience, proved to the world that the smallest actions can lead to the greatest transformations. Today, I'm going to share with you McRaven's 10 rules for changing your life forever. These are not just military lessons. They are timeless principles for resilience, discipline, and personal growth. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to The Shifted Self and hit the notification bell, because here we explore the wisdom that can shift your life in powerful ways. Let's begin. Rule number 1, make your bed. Small victories matter. Every morning you have a choice. You can wake up and stumble into the day with chaos, or you can begin with discipline. Admiral McRaven insists on one thing: make your bed. It seems trivial, almost laughable. But think about it. The very first task you complete each morning sets the tone for the rest of your day. It's a small act of control in a world that often feels uncontrollable. By making your bed, you tell yourself, I am in charge. I can create order. I can begin with victory. And that small victory? It compounds. It's not about the sheets or the pillows. It's about the message to your brain. If I can do this right, I can do the next thing right. One victory becomes two. Two victories become momentum. And here's the hidden power. Even if your day collapses, even if everything goes wrong, you will return at night to a bed that's neatly made. A reminder that you did not surrender to the chaos. McRaven's lesson is clear. Success is not built on grand gestures, but on consistent, disciplined actions. Start small. Start today, and never underestimate the power of your first win. Rule number 2. Find someone to help you paddle, teamwork and support. No great journey is ever completed alone. Admiral McRaven reminds us that in Navy SEAL training, no one rows a boat by themselves. Each man has a paddle. Each stroke must be in rhythm with the others. If one person fails to give their all, the entire boat slows down. Life is the same. Too often we believe we must carry every burden on our own. But the truth is, we need others. We need support, accountability, and encouragement. The strongest people in the world are not the ones who walk alone, but those who surround themselves with a team. When you find people who share your mission, you discover strength you didn't know you had. They lift you when you fall. They push you when you hesitate. And together, you achieve what none of you could accomplish individually. McRaven's lesson is simple but powerful. If you want to go far, don't go alone. Build your boat crew. Find your people. And remember, success is never a solo mission. Rule number 3. Measure people by the size of their heart, not the size of their flippers. In SEAL training, the smallest men were often placed in the same boat crew. They called them the Munchkin crew. Their flippers were shorter, their strokes smaller. By all appearances, they were at a disadvantage. But when the waves grew rough, when the ocean tested every ounce of strength, it was the Munchkin crew that often outperformed everyone else. Why? Because heart matters more than size. Determination outlasts raw power. Admiral McRaven teaches us this. Never underestimate the person who refuses to quit. Success is not reserved for the strongest or the fastest. It belongs to those who keep going when others give up. In life, we must learn to see beyond appearances. The people who seem too weak, too quiet, too different may carry inside them the greatest strength of all, an unbreakable spirit. So measure people not by what they look like, but by the fire that burns within them. Because in the end, the size of your heart will always outweigh the size of your flippers. Rule number 4. Get over being a sugar cookie. Embrace failure and discomfort. In SEAL training, there was a punishment called the sugar cookie. When a trainee failed a uniform inspection, no matter how perfect they thought they were, they had to run fully clothed into the ocean and then roll around in the sand. Wet, sandy, and miserable, they spent the rest of the day that way. The lesson? Life is not fair. No matter how much effort you put in, sometimes you will fail. Sometimes the outcome won't match the work. Admiral McRaven reminds us, you can complain, resist, or quit, or you can accept failure, wear the sand with pride, and keep moving forward. Discomfort and failure are not punishments. They are training. They forge resilience, humility, and perseverance. The people who achieve greatness are not those who avoid failure, but those who use it as fuel. So when life makes you a sugar cookie, when things don't go your way despite your best effort, don't waste time asking why. Stand tall, shake off the sand, and keep going, because every failure is just another step toward your transformation. Rule number 5, don't be afraid of the circus. Let failure make you stronger. In SEAL training, there was an event every trainee feared, or the circus. If you failed a run, a swim, or a physical test, you were assigned 2 more hours of intense exercise at the end of the day. The circus was brutal. It left you exhausted, sore, and sometimes humiliated. But here's the paradox. The ones who endured the most circuses eventually became the strongest. They built endurance, grit, and mental toughness far beyond those who never failed. Life works the same way. Failure and hardship are not there to break you. They are there to prepare you. Every setback adds weight to your spirit, and lifting that weight makes you stronger. Admiral McRaven reminds us, the circus is unavoidable. Everyone faces it at some point. The question is whether you let it defeat you or define you. So don't fear the circus. When life throws extra pain, extra work, extra struggle your way, see it as a gift. It means you are being tested, and through the test you are being transformed. Rule number 6. Sometimes you have to slide down the obstacle head first. Dare to take risks. One of the most feared obstacles in SEAL training was a long, dangerous slide for life. Most cadets followed the safe method. Slow, cautious, controlled. But that method rarely won the race. The fastest times always came from those who dared to go head first. Risky, frightening, but bold. Life is no different. Playing safe may keep you comfortable, but it will rarely make you great. To achieve extraordinary things, sometimes you must take extraordinary risks. Head first doesn't mean reckless. It means having the courage to go all in when the opportunity is there. It means trusting your preparation, your instincts, and your willpower. Admiral McRaven reminds us that success often comes to those willing to take chances. If you never slide head first, you may never discover how fast and far you can really go. So the lesson is clear. When the moment calls for courage, don't hesitate. Go head first. Take the leap. The reward lies on the other side of risk. Rule number 7. Don't back down from the sharks. Face your fears and enemies. During SEAL training, cadets had to swim through shark-infested waters. The rule was simple. If a shark circles you, don't panic, don't swim away. Stand your ground. Punch it on the nose if you have to. Show no weakness. In life, you will face your own sharks. People who doubt you, situations that intimidate you, fears that try to paralyze you. The instinct may be to run, to avoid confrontation, to hide. But every time you back down, your fears grow stronger. McRaven's lesson is clear. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's acting in spite of it. The sharks of life are bullies, obstacles, and challenges. The only way to defeat them is to confront them head-on. When you refuse to back down, you reclaim your power. You show the world, and yourself, that you are stronger than the things that try to scare you. So the next time the sharks circle, remember, don't back down. Face them, fight back, and swim forward with determination. Rule number 8. Be your very best in your darkest moments. In Navy SEAL training, one of the toughest tests is surviving in complete darkness, deep underwater while being attacked and disoriented. It's terrifying, but this is where the best warriors prove themselves. Not when everything is easy, but when everything is falling apart. McRaven teaches us that life works the same way. It's not during the calm, sunny days that your character is revealed. It's in the storms, the losses, the heartbreaks, and the nights when you feel completely alone. Dark moments come for all of us. Maybe you lose your job, your health, or someone you love. In those times, it's tempting to give up, to let the darkness swallow you. But McRaven's rule is simple. In your darkest hour, give your very best. Push harder, stay disciplined, hold on to your values. Because it's in the shadows that your true strength is forged. And when you rise from the darkness, you don't just survive, you become unbreakable. So when life gets dark, don't fade. Shine brighter. Be your very best, exactly when it feels the hardest. Rule number 9. Start singing when you're up to your neck in mud, when everything around you feels unbearable, When the weight of life presses so heavily that you can barely breathe, there is a powerful choice you can make to sing in the mud. During Navy SEAL training, there is a moment known as the mud flats. Recruits are forced to spend hours in freezing, suffocating mud shoulder to shoulder with no end in sight. Many quit, many break. But one night when the cold and exhaustion reached its peak, a single voice began to sing. One voice, off-key, weak at first. But that voice ignited something in everyone else. Soon dozens joined in. The mud was still freezing. The pain was still real. But their spirits had changed. They found strength not because the suffering ended, but because they decided to rise above it. This is the essence of rule number 9. When you are drowning in chaos, when life buries you under its mud, find your song. It doesn't have to be music. Your song could be your faith, your vision for the future, your inner determination. It's the conscious choice to lift your spirit when everything else drags you down. Because here's the truth. Life will never stop testing you. Chaos is not optional, but your response is. You can complain, quit, or surrender, or you can sing. And when you sing, you inspire others to do the same. Courage is contagious. Hope spreads, and suddenly the mud loses its power over you. So next time you feel stuck, overwhelmed, or buried in problems, remember, rule number 9, start singing in the mud. Because it is in the darkest, coldest, most suffocating moments that your true strength is revealed. If this message resonates with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs hope today. And stay with me because the final rule might be the most powerful of them all. Rule number 10. Don't ever, ever ring the bell in Navy SEAL training. There is a brass bell that hangs in the center of the compound. If at any time you're too cold, too tired, too beaten, you can walk up to that bell, ring it 3 times, and you're done. No more freezing swims, no more endless runs, no more mud, freedom. But here's the catch. Once you ring the bell, you are out. Forever. No second chances. No way back. And that bell is a symbol of the temptation we all face in life. The temptation to quit. McRaven's last and most important lesson is simple. Never, ever ring the bell. Because once you do, you kill not only your dream, but also the version of yourself that was fighting to be born. Life will test you with failures, with heartbreaks, with nights that seem endless. And in those moments, giving up will always feel easier. But if you can resist the bell, if you can hold on one more hour, one more day, one more step, you'll discover that you are stronger than you ever imagined. Greatness doesn't belong to the ones who never felt like quitting. Greatness belongs to those who felt the weight of that bell, who longed for relief but chose to keep going. So when you are tempted to surrender, remember rule number 10. Don't ever ring the bell. Stay in the fight. Because beyond the pain, beyond the exhaustion, beyond the suffering, your new life is waiting. If these 10 rules inspired you, imagine what applying them could do for your life. Don't just watch, act. Start today with one small victory and keep going. And if you want more content like this, subscribe to The Shifted Self, because together we're building unbreakable minds.